going on, YouTube? Coming to you with another video. We are here in Richmond, in my home state, hometown. Just coming off from being home. I was home. I came home Friday. Stay home Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Jump back out here today. Rough little start this morning. Rates shifted a little bit, so we had to make a little adjustment. But whatever. It's now about 2 o'clock now, so we waiting to get loaded here. I'm at the noodle company. Ramen noodles. Picking up some ramen noodles. Headed down to Florida. Going to Florida. Like I said, they was paying to go there. Going to Orlando, and I can, deadhead out of. Well, actually, I'm not deadheading out there. Actually, I found another load from Orlando going to Jacksonville. Then I'll get another load. I'll get another load in Jacksonville that same day and go somewhere. I haven't got that far yet, though, but we'll figure it out. But anyways, the topic we're going to talk about today is local driving for U.S. Foods, Mclane, PFG, and Sysco. They're all the same thing. Not the same company, but they all do the same kind of work. Local driver. I worked for PFG. PFG is Performance Food Group, or Performance Food Services. Same thing. Performance Food Services, Performance Food Group. And what that is you're a local truck driver. They do have the over the road. But what I did when I was working for them, I was a local truck driver for PFG, home every day, off weekends. Had the option to work Saturdays if I wanted to. This was the next local company I did after I left Coca-Cola. After I got my year experience, I went to PFG. And I stayed at PFG for 4 months. Let's talk about PFG. Okay. PFG. Tough job. You will be burnt out at the end of every work shift. The reason why I'm saying this because what's made my job even harder, I had a route. My route was downtown Richmond. If you know, every city that has a downtown is pretty busy. So basically, yeah. So PFG, we had the what you do with that now? We had the 36. The same thing as Coca-Cola. You had the 36. The 36 and the 48-foot long trailers. And you got the ramps. Now PFG has the ramps. PFG, US Foods have the ramps. Sysco has the lift gates. Now PFG, we had the ramps. The ramps in the back of the trailer where you push up and then you drop the ramp and you use a dolly to go down the ramp. Yes, a dolly. You use a dolly to go down the ramp, and we're talking about stuff weighing up to almost 100 and some pounds. Meats, different food things. This is a food company, a food delivery, a refrigerated food delivery. So you have a reefer trailer, and the way a reefer trailer is set up in local is, I don't know if it's the same way in OTR or whatever, but in local reefer you have the separator, the little separator that divides the dry, the dry from the freezer. So in the back, in the nose of the trailer is the freezer stuff, and then it has the divider that has the dries and the refrigerated stuff. Also on the trailers, there's a side door for the freezer. You can get access to the freezer, and it has like a little ladder that you pull out. but that's all I had was like a little ladder, so you had to do everything by hand. And now when you talking about PFG, you're touching every single product. You're touching everything. Where there's 1,000 cases, you're touching 1,000 cases. And the way it was set up at PFG was, you'll have say if I had 16 stops, 16, 18 stops, we'll say 18 stops. Say if I had 18 stops, so I would have a pallet. So you open the door up, sometimes it'll be swing door, sometimes it'll be roll up. You open the door and you have the pallets, and they have numbers on them. They have like the numbers represent 18 stops. It'll be like 1, 2, 3, etc. So you will have maybe your first 6 stops on one pallet, and then you might have another stops on another pallet. It's all mixed up. Now the way they did it was, now you got the separator, which is the freezer, which is on the nose. Okay, now when you do the dry and the refrigerated, the dry is on the right side or the left side. The dry is on the either or side, and the refrigerator is on the opposite side of the trailer. And you know, everything, all the stops are merged onto different pallets. So you might have 6 stops on one pallet. You might have another 6 stops on another pallet. You might, you know, you might have the whole 18 stops of dry foods on one pallet. I don't know. It's crazy. And you got to break down each pallet. Now, say you're at stop 1. You're at stop 1. Okay, you need to get all your stop 1s off of one pallet. Okay, but you have a whole bunch of other stops. So you gotta break it down. You gotta put the stops to the side. You know, sometimes it's kind of confusing. Like, you gotta see it. Sometimes you gotta put the stops to the side, but sometimes you don't have space to put stops to the side because everything is so all the way up to the door. You know, I had stuff all the way to the door, and as soon as I open the door, stuff's falling out the back of the trailer. It's happened to me. You know, and you're loading a dolly with all the stuff, and you're going down a ramp. You know, the ramps, depending on the weather, the ramps can be slippery. The ramps can be slippery. You can fall. But it's a very physical job. Very physical job. It'll be times where you be like, man, you know, I'm tired of this, man. Because, you know, the pay, okay, let's talk about the pay. The pay is, when I was there, we was getting paid we was still getting paid every 2 weeks, just like Coca-Cola. It was a little bit more money. I think I hit, you can average about $2,000, $2,100, maybe $2,200. Monday through Friday every 2 weeks. I mean, whatever. Yeah, it's a physical job, man. Like I said, it was part of the experience. I think that job was that was the job that made me want to become an owner operator. Made me want to become an owner operator because I didn't, you know, I got tired of somebody telling me what to do. I got tired of being here at a certain time, getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning, not getting off till like 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Got tired of waiting a whole year just to get a vacation time. You know, there was a lot of things that factor into that, me going owner operator. But it's a very physical job, and that's why I group U.S. Foods, PFG, Mclane, and Sysco. They're all the same thing. We all did the same thing. Refrigerated company delivering food to like the chains. Like PFG, we had not Bojangles. We had what we have? We had Arby's and we had Popeyes. I think U.S. Food has like Subway, Cookout, and some other stuff they have, and then Sysco has their little chains of food. So we deliver to those type of places, plus like mom and pops. I delivered up to like a lot of pizza places, you know, like Marco's. We delivered like Marco's. I can't think of the other pizza place that's real famous. I think it was like Benny's or something like that, and some other. It's called like Mods. pizza. I think it was called Ma's Pizza. But yeah, we delivered stuff like that, and then the mom and pop joints, and that's pretty much that was the routine of working at PFG dealing with reefer. I had got my experience of dealing with reefers locally. It's a very physical job. Yes, you're home every day, but you're going to work for that money. And I think PFG also gave out a bonus. They gave us a $7,000 bonus. Oh, it's not bonus, but a $7,000 sign-on bonus. I didn't get to collect all of that. I did collect some of it, but I also got a lot of referrals because what I did was a lot of the guys from Coca-Cola I brought over to the PFG, and I got paid for bringing on people for that. I can't really remember how much it was. I think it was like $1,000 if they stayed 30 days, and $1,000 if they stayed 90 days, something like that. I can't remember, but I made money like that as well. But it's a very physical job with that dolly. There's no, all you have is that dolly, hand dolly. There's no machine type of thing. It was just the dolly. You might have $2. Oh, we did have a pallet jack, a handheld pallet jack so we can move around the pallets, but that was only till you got deep into the trailer that you could use that pallet jack. But yeah, that's pretty much the PFG thing, Performance Food Group, man. I did that, and then I moved on to the JB Hunt, regional thing. Well, that's another video. We'll talk about that maybe. But pretty much, like I said, that's a physical job. If I had to do it over again, I probably wouldn't do it. I probably would have stayed at Coca-Cola, to be honest. But it is what it is, And I just wanted to drop that video for people that are looking and interested, going local and wanting to do some local work, and you ain't got no experience. I think PFG, you had to have a year experience. I believe that's what it was. You had to have a year experience before you can work for them. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. If y'all got any more questions, email me, man. Leave my email in the description. Hit me up. I ain't doing nothing. Driving, making money. That's what we do. I catch y'all in the next video. Y'all be safe. Peace.